What does a Wall Street tycoon, J.P. Morgan, have in common with a female pharaoh from 1400 BC? More than you'd think. Here, we're at the Temple of Hatshepsut to uncover the billionaire's secret. This is the Temple of Hatshepsut, a 3,500-year-old masterpiece that almost didn't survive. Hatshepsut was the woman who would be king, but her successor tried to erase her from history by destroying her monuments. But here's a twist. It was actually restored thanks to J.P. Morgan. The American billionaire was so obsessed with Egypt, he funded the excavations. Because of that investment, we can explore all 3 levels today, from the ground level to the sanctuary cut directly into the mountain. It's a bizarre mix of an ancient queen's ambition and a 20th century tycoon's checkbook. This is day 8 of our Egypt adventure. If you missed the start of the journey, I've added the links below from part 1 in Cairo, where it all began. Now let's dive in. Most people know Nefertiti or Cleopatra, but Hatshepsut was arguably more powerful. She wasn't just a queen. She declared herself pharaoh and wore the ceremonial false beard and the double crown. Now, standing here at the Mortuary Temple of Hatshepsut, you might notice how pristine these pillars and carvings look, but it wasn't always this way. For centuries, much of this was buried under mountains of sand and rubble. So, who helped bring it back to life? You might recognize the name, J.P. Morgan. Yes, the American titan of finance was actually a massive Egyptophile in the early 1900s. He didn't just visit these sites on his private Nile houseboat, he funded the excavations. His Wall Street investment is a big reason why we can walk through these 3 massive terraces today. It's a 3,500-year-old masterpiece, restored by a 20th century billionaire. Queen Hatshepsut's Mortuary Temple was built 1500 BC, but has this modern, symmetrical look, similar to 20th century architecture, with the 3 terraces. However, her successor tried to erase her legacy.
And you see the people are working up there.
Okay.
They are working there to restore the temple of Thutmose III. Because after, who was Hatshepsut yesterday? Hatshepsut.
Yeah.
After your death, he destroyed your temple, and over your temple, he built his own temple. But what goes around comes around. Look at this beautiful place. Look at the face. This is the face of who? Hatshepsut. Look at her features. Can you see? She's a guys. I'm serious, wallah. I'm not kidding now. Hatshepsut was very beautiful, more beautiful than Cleopatra. But Cleo was a sexy woman. But this woman,
not so much.
no, she's amazing. She was beautiful, not a sexy woman, but a beautiful woman. You know, guys, I'm serious. So this tree did back to the time of the Queen Hatshepsut. The time of the Queen Hatshepsut. Can you see?
And the tree wasn't.
This is sycamore. Sycamore. In Lebanon, you have a lot of sycamore.
Standing here at the base of Deir el-Bahari, it's hard to believe this was lost to the sands for centuries. This wasn't just a temple, it was a political statement. Hatshepsut took the throne when women weren't supposed to rule, and she built this to prove her divine right to the gods. Ascending the grand ramp of the Mortuary Temple of Hatshepsut, one of the most impressive structures in ancient Egypt. The heat is real, but the view is even better with the desert sun behind us and the towering lime cliffs of Deir el-Bahari ahead. As we reach the 2nd level, you can see the massive scale of the limestone cliffs towering over us. To the side, these numbered stone blocks are part of a massive jigsaw puzzle. Each one is numbered and waiting to be put back in its place. It's like the world's oldest and most difficult Lego set. Thousands of fragments lie in the courtyard, each a piece of a story that's still being reconstructed today. A masterpiece in progress, even after 3 millennia.
Guys, how we restore the temples? How we? Do you know the Basel game? Basel.
Yeah.
The bezel.
Yeah, but jigsaw puzzle.
Look here. This piece number 5090. Can you see the number?
Yes.
So what we do, guys, to take a picture for all the stones, thousands of stones like that. Then insert them on the computer. Once we have a complete wall, we build it. You got it? It's very, very interesting, by the way. Even, guys, the small rocks has number. Look at the small rocks.
Right? You lay out your...
Even the small rocks has number. Every single piece of rock, even the small one, has number.
It's a rock salt puzzle.
Yes, it's a puzzle.
This entire temple was essentially an ancient memorial, built to sustain Hatshepsut's soul in the afterlife. To enter the Hathor Chapel, you pass us under these incredible, unique columns. They don't have standard capitals. Instead, they feature the face of Hathor, the cow-eared goddess of joy and fertility. As a female pharaoh, Hatshepsut built this chapel to show her divine connection to the goddess, proving her right to rule. Notice how the column itself looks like a sistrum, an ancient rattle. In Egyptian belief, the sound of the sistrum warded off evil and appeased the gods. By walking through a forest of these columns, you were symbolically surrounded by the soothing presence of the goddess. At the birth colonnade, the story of Hatshepsut's divine origin unfolds. Here you see the grand procession of officials bringing sacred trees and offerings, all under the watchful eyes of the gods. Check out these colorful figures. By including household protectors, like Base, alongside powerful royal lions, the reliefs tell a story of a birth that was both protected by the gods and destined for greatness. If you look closely, you'll see a rough, chiseled-out silhouette where a figure should be. This was Hatshepsut. After her reign, there was a massive effort to erase her from history. Her images were defaced and her name was struck from the king lists. But ironically, by trying to scrub her out, her successors left behind these haunting shadows that make her presence even more unforgettable today. Just across the terrace, the story shifts from the divine to the daring. Let's step into the Punt Colonnade. This is where ancient Egyptian art meets international trade. These walls tell the epic story of Queen Hatshepsut's famous expedition to the land of Punt. Look closely at the details. You can see Egyptian ships loaded with exotic treasures, gold, ebony, and even live myrrh trees. It wasn't just a trade mission. It was a demonstration of her power and the reach of her empire. Even after all this time, the reds and yellows of the pigments still make the scenes feel alive. But the expedition wasn't just about wealth. It was a journey protected by the gods, specifically Anubis, whose shrine sits right at the end of this very colonnade, as our tour guide was showing. Stepping into the highest terrace of Hatshepsut's temple, the air changes. We've reached the sanctuary of Amun-Ra, carved directly into the limestone cliffs of Deir el-Bahari. If you look up, this vaulted ceiling still carries the deep blue of the Egyptian night sky, dotted with thousands of yellow stars that have watched over this chamber for over 3,000 years. Being carved into the living rock has protected these colors from the sun, leaving the reds and blues incredibly vibrant. Before we leave the highest terrace, we have to stop and face these massive Osirid statues. Seeing Hatshepsut depicted as Osiris, the god of the afterlife, really shows the power she held in life. These rows of Osirid statues overlooking the valley are one of the most iconic sights in all of Egypt. A final, bold statement from the queen who would be king. As a little bonus for this episode, I'm taking you past some of the active excavation sites that we passed by on our way to Hatshepsut's temple, still revealing Egypt's secrets today. One of my favorite things about Luxor is that the history is still being written. We got a glimpse of that at the nearby dig sites after our stop at the Colossi of Memnon. These 60-foot statues are actually the entrance to what was once the largest temple in Egypt. And even today, the area is buzzing with energy. We caught the last of the hot air balloons over the horizon, just as we picked up the others from our tour group. It's been an incredible journey through the West Bank. Thanks for coming along. If you enjoyed this trip, make sure to hit like, and I'll see you in the Valley of the Kings episode.